wait until you see this. This is incredible. Sort of wondering if it's worth more or less. So it's worth a lot more. To sleep sitting up because there's not enough room to sleep laying down. Well, we're out. Finally, took us an hour to get out. I said it's about an hour to an hour and a half wait, so it's not too bad, but everyone's going pretty slow. What are we doing? 15 kilometres an hour. So it's going to take us quite a while. But
we're going for 6 hours, 600 cars an hour they're getting out.
Yes, been going since 5 o'clock this morning. 6 hours. Queue of caravans behind us here. Downtown Silverton pub with the old Beetle. This is where they filmed Mad Max 2. That's why we've got the Beetle there. Great old pub. We're going to have a feed and a beer.
Actually, go and get the bigger one so you get the medium, so another one is going
So the John Dinan Art Gallery, we're going to have a bit of a squeeze. A couple of sculptures out the front here. Not sure if I'll be able to film anything inside, but we'll soon see. He does all the emus and things like that. He's pretty clever. Very good artist, but they're pretty expensive. A small piece of art's about 1,500 bucks. So I don't think we'll be buying any. So I'll have a look inside. We've got the old Beetle over there. And the combi just here. So we're at the Miners' Memorial at Broken Hill, a little bit windy, and like behind me there we've got some of the cages that they went down. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't feel terribly too safe going a few hundred feet down in one of those little cages. And they've got some, up here they've got some more bits and bobs here. A little transport vehicle that they'd used obviously down in the mine. Definitely pretty wild travelling around in these babies. And then we've got Broken Hill down there in the background. And got here some of the small little carriages that they used in probably smaller little mines. A little digger. A little train track there, and then we've got a bit of a bigger digger there. All very nice and low, obviously because the mines are pretty low down, not very tall. I would definitely not be going in one of those things. Being claustrophobic, it would scare the absolute daylights out of me. So the Miners' Memorial. There's quite a lot of miners here that have been killed over the years, going back to 1875. Heaps. So Palace Hotel, Broken Hill, where they filmed Priscilla. Out in here on the stage is where they filmed Priscilla out there. And they still have some shows for people on the Indian Pacific. A great little bar. Nice little old pub. Just dropped into the Pro Heart Gallery. Oh mate liked his Rolls Royces. And then we've got this one up here, the one that he painted. Oh, the old telephone box. And there's last registered in 2006. So sort of wondering if it's worth more or less. So it's worth a lot more. So this is one of the miners' huts. This is what they used to live in. And she would have been pretty rugged living in something like this. And apparently they used to sleep sitting up because there was not enough room to sleep laying down. That's all there is. Not much to it, that's for sure. Down we go, into the mine. So, into the mine we go. Nice and low in here now. Keep on banging my head, lucky I'm not too tall.
Lucky we've got the hard hat. Need a slippery dip.
She's definitely very slow down here. Man, oh man. They certainly did it tough back in the day. That is for sure. All this was dug out by hand. Incredible.
Stretch out. Did they have any form of hard hat?
So I just had to come down, boss. Have a look down here, mate. 2 minus 2 months, no silver ore, gave it away.
Yeah, really. 2 minus 2 months all the way down there.
And I was running at that trying to get out again. And that was an experience and a half. Eventually got out, eh?
So you've been through most of these?
Oh, pretty well. When I was younger.
So I got some tracks here. Must have been a bit later because there's an old wheelbarrow there where they barrowed it out by hand. Yeah, lucky I'm not so tall. It's all this stone that came out of all these different spots, all these different mines. All of this stuff was lugged up and then they took it out in wheelbarrows. And then later on little railway tracks, little carriages. As you can see, she gets pretty low through here too. So this is a Cornish wheelbarrow, this one's called, for all the Cornish, because they weren't very big. So it's got no legs on it. because if they had legs on it, the wheelbarrow would have been too tall. And then there's just a few tools here, all the old hand picks and things, all out of this mine. So look at that, they would have been so tough, chiselling away. So apparently they had two guys holding a spike like that there, you can see it all mushroomed over on the end, and one guy with a sledgehammer. Or actually it's the other way around, one guy with the spike and two guys on a sledgehammer, maybe. So we're at the Jack Absalom Art Gallery in Broken Hill. Some great little paintings here. Waterbirds, Cooper Creek, for sale, $10,000. The Breakaways, Cuba Feeding, Kidman's Wall. That's pretty cool. That's great, that one. White Boom. It's old Jack and Pro Hart used to hang out together, painting together. He uses a lot of good colours and stuff. It's pretty good, isn't it? The reds and...
That's what they should. We didn't get one of these, did we? Well, I didn't know that, because the pages got things to do.
Yeah. Apparently this is the largest private opal collection in the Southern Hemisphere. So we're going to go in and see the big picture. It's the world's largest acrylic painting. So it says there 100,000 plus salt bushes, 20,000 trees, 9 tonnes of paint. Wow. Alright, let's go and have a look. So we're just entering into the big picture in Broken Hill, painted by Peter Anderson. And I tell you what, it is absolutely amazing. I've been told it's amazing, and I tell you, wait until you see this. This is incredible. So the way that they've got the vegetation on the ground here makes it look a lot more realistic. And the roof you can't see, but anyway, she's 12 metres high. And she's pretty good. It's absolutely amazing. 2 years it took him to paint this. So I wonder if it's one big canvas roll. Maybe it is. So this is all around Broken Hill. And you'd swear you were nearly sitting on a lookout. He is a very, very good artist, this guy. He's got some incredible artwork inside, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to do any photography inside. Only just here. But that's very cool. Alright, so that was pretty cool, wasn't it? The big picture.
Very cool.
Very awesome little painting, or big painting. So we're just going to duck back, pick up the caravan, and then where are we going?
The Living Desert.
The Living
State
Desert.
Park.
State Park.
And that will be our last, or we think, the last stop in Broken Hill.
Yeah, before we head to Menindee Lakes.
So we just have to double check the tourist brochures to make sure we haven't missed anything.
So it's surprising how much stuff there is to do in Broken Hill. There's heaps. So, and I tell you what, there is an awful lot of art galleries out here too. We've only seen, well, that was the third one that we've been in, but they're everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Heaps of artists out here.
And different deserts in each direction that you could go to.
So we're going to go and stay out at the Living Desert tonight because we wanted to watch a cracker of a sunset because it's supposed to be absolutely amazing sunsets, and it is amazing stargazing. But unfortunately, she's overcast.
Every time we go anywhere for amazing stargazing, it's overcast.
Yeah, when we were at Coonabarabran for the stargazing, it was overcast. So she might clear a bit this afternoon, but I mean it's sort of scattered clouds, so the sunset should still be pretty good, but the stargazing is not going to be terribly too crash hot. Anyway, we'll head out there and see what it's like. So we're at the Living Desert doing the cultural walk, and just behind us here is a massive big electric fence. So I think there's how many hectares?
2.2. No, that was a walking trail.
So how many hectares of flora and fauna is there? There's like 80 hectares or something, isn't it? That they've got the electric fence around to try and stop all the goats and feral animals. So I'll have a quick look at the electric fence. She's a perler. Nice and high. How many, what have they got up there? They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hot wires, and then the top one is pretty intense. So they've got 5 hot wires there. So nothing will be jumping over that baby. Trying to feel it and see if it's on.
Yeah.
So this regeneration area just goes to show, I tell you what, how much is growing up there behind me. So apparently they started all of this not only to regenerate the land, but also by getting all these grasses and things in like down here. It's stopped all the dust from the massive big dust storms that they used to have in Broken Hill. So by putting in all these native plants, native to the area, it's regenerated all of the fauna and flora. So all the animals are come back, all the little native wallabies and things like that live in the area, and having that great big huge electric fence has kept all the ferals out, especially the goats. Because if you've been out here, you know that there's a gazillion goats out here. So it's awesome. Look at the regeneration up there. And they've got water coming through here too. So obviously the water helps a fair bit.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, what do you reckon about the old regeneration of this joint?
Pretty cool. I'm hoping to see a big red.
A big red.
Well, it says there's some in here.
Come out of the bush and attack you.
Yep.
Just bring your mouth guard and your boxing gloves.
Yep.
Be able to fight.
I was going to throw you in the ring.
Yeah. So these are what they call story poles. So I've just been informed that the local Broken Hill art class did a bit of research and things like that and came up with these designs for the story poles from some of the information that they received when they were doing all of their digging around into some of the Aboriginal history. So this is what they've put up as a representation of the history of the local Indigenous people. Well, that's it, Broken Hill done and dusted. And we have thoroughly enjoyed ourselves out here. It's been fantastic. I think the highlight was definitely the old Daydream Mine. That is a must going down in there. And especially with, I think it's John the name, he's been there for 35 years. Some of the stories he's got to tell are absolute cracker. And some of the highlights is that he was saying that it was so tough out there in the day, in the 1860s and 70s, 80s, 90s, that when you had children, you just hoped and prayed that they got to 2 years of age, because most of the infants died before they got to 2, and if they made it to 2, then they weren't too bad. And he was telling a story of one lady out there that had 19 children and only 5 of them survived. So that's how harsh it was. And he was also saying that Daydream Mine for the last 2 years has been in the top 10% of tourist attractions worldwide on TripAdvisor. So that says something about the calibre of the tour. And I'd suggest getting up there sooner than later, because they will close it down as safety concerns keep on rearing up their ugly head in this silly world of ours. Anyway, that's it from Broken Hill. See you later. So I love my little classic pubs, and this one is no exception. And look, they have VB as well.